Hello 7th graders, welcome to our video. In this video we are going to learn about drawing apples, and we're going to take those apples, the skills we learned in drawing the apple, and finish up with the outline of a cat. For this drawing exercise, these sketches, we're not going to worry about shading this time. We're going to worry about basic shapes, and what we're trying to learn, our brain likes to work in symbols. We're going to move past the symbol and we're going to look at the actual shapes that form an apple, and it happens to be a lot of circles. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on a sketch piece of paper, maybe on the back of something, some scratch paper or an extra piece of paper, and take your pencil, and I've got my pencil in my hand, and really lightly hold your pencil. Maybe hold your pencil at the middle, and just even before you get on the paper, practice some circular motions. Make sure your fingers are loose and your arms are loose and your shoulders are loose, and just start lightly sketching some circles. Mine probably look a little darker because I've got a dark drawing pencil, but here, I'll grab here's a regular pencil. Kind of the same. So you don't want to commit to anything, no pressure, just very lightly sketching our circles. The first circle you draw usually isn't the roundest shape, mine aren't, but after you get sketchy with it, you sort of work into a circle that you like. And this takes practice. If you did this every single day, there probably would come a day where the very first circle you drew is perfect, or close to perfect, but we're human, we're not perfect, we don't need to be perfect. We just need to practice drawing. So do that first. Draw your little circles, have fun with it. So after you've done that, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on. And when you look at the apple here, you see there's like a circle here and a circle there and a circle there, and they sort of overlap so that you can get those edges there. So I'm going to look at the picture. I'm going to set my picture up here, and I'm going to start just like they have there at the top of my paper. Draw a little circle there, and then I'm going to draw a circle here, and that will kind of get to the top of the apple, and then I'm going to draw another one here. If you have an apple in the house, you could go ahead and set it up on a table and look at it. If you don't have an apple, don't worry about it. Not a problem. We'll work from our picture here. We're going to draw another circle there, and then we're going to come along and draw some more like they have here. And then after we've got those circles there, we see we can kind of make a little outline from the edges of the circles that looks very much like an apple. And probably more like an apple than the symbol that you have in your little brain there. So we'll come along, and once we've done that, that's not too bad. We might go in there with an eraser. Where's my eraser? I've got one of these pen erasers, but if you have a regular one or one at the bottom of your pencil, whatever you have is great. Use that. And go ahead and erase what's inside of there. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the camera here erasing. You get the idea. You'll want to clean yours up inside. And if you have a brush, that's great. And if you don't, maybe use a little paper towel. What you don't want to do is rub your hands all over your drawing. If you've used your cell phone and you notice with your fingers on your cell phone how grimy your phone gets, it's because we all have oils in our hands, and those oils get in your picture and on the paper. So you want to try to use your hands as little as possible. So maybe a little piece of Kleenex or paper towel would be a good thing. And we're going to go, and there's a little edge there you can see on the picture. So you just want to draw your outline like that, and have this like that, and we'll draw the stem in there, and maybe darken our outline now, commit to some lines that are apple shaped. And apples are from nature, they're an organic shape. So actually they're in an organic form because they're three-dimensional. So There we go. There's the apple. Everyone's is going to look a little bit different, and that's great. It's totally okay. So now that we've got the apple that doesn't look half bad, we're going to go ahead and move our paper down. You can work on the same piece of paper, or you can get another piece of paper, whatever makes you happy, or whatever you have it on hand at home. And then we've got the directions for the cat, and look at what they show here. The back of the cat looks like 3 apples up on top of each other. And in this book, they say their cat is named Mouse. It's kind of funny. So let's get started. You can sketch this little guy here with the apples if you'd like. Just 3 little apples. And then let's start here. So to get the basic shapes of this cat, we've got a circle for the head, a big circle for the body, and then where the paws may be, the ends of the paws, we've got some circles, and to get the shape of where the ears are at. So let's go ahead and start with that. So I'm going to draw the first one for the head, kind of up here. And I'm going to be sketchy with it. And I'm going to sketch out the shape for the body. I'm not going to draw any really dark lines or any hard lines into my paper. Once you do that, if you put a really hard line in your paper, I think you know, you can't erase it. It'll actually carve a groove in your paper, and it's kind of permanent sometimes. Now it looks like I'm a little off to the side here, so I'm going to come extend that side there. And I feel like the head maybe should, I got like a lopsided head thing going on here. I'm going to move this over a little bit. But you see, I'm light with my pencil. I'm making lots of extra lines. I didn't just draw one thing and go, oh my gosh, this doesn't look like that. And I crumpled my paper and threw it away, and I was frustrated. It's a process. So you want to sit and you want to relax and work into it. Take your time. See, they have a little circle here for the top of the ears, so I'm going to do that too. So right now you're not committed to anything here. We've got lots of different lines, and once we put them all together, it's kind of a proportion thing, and so until you see them all together, you don't quite know. Sometimes it changes things. We're going to put a circle there where the tail is and come down and around. And then it looks like the feet are here, and then there's another one. They got a little guy here and another little guy there. So now we sort of have an idea, sort of a layout. And I'm going to move on to this picture now, this picture here. Start getting some of those facial details in there. And it looks like the top of the arms here, or their legs, I'm sorry, not their arms, their legs. It looks like there, and on the face. Actually, I'm going to clean up a little bit now because I sort of have an idea a little bit more now. So I'm going to clean up some of my lines, and it's almost like drawing with an eraser. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do a great job because I don't want to spend a ton of time on camera doing that. And if you notice too on here, the circles for the eyes, they're about halfway. If you cut that head in half or divided it, they're about halfway down. A lot of times we like to put eyes all the way at the top, and really it'd be at the top of their head. So note that feature. So if I drew a little line about halfway down this way and this way, I'm going to put those eyes there and here. And roundish, roundish, roundish. And we've got a little nose, and we've got some other little circles there for where their whiskers will be in their mouth. So now I'm going to move on to the next page, and we're starting to get a little more detailed here. We've got this drawing here. So now we're going to sort of fill in those edges a little bit more and draw in the legs. So we've got more of his neck. And so now we're starting to commit to some of these outside lines. But now that we've done the sketching, we can feel comfortable doing that. So I'm going along and I'm committing to some lines. And I'm going to sketching my legs. I think I'm going to go a little lighter at first. I'm not liking what I drew there too well. Move my camera down a little bit. Well, I'm not totally unhappy with it. So maybe not so hard with your pencil yet. See, I don't like my line there, but that's okay. And oh, now I see what's going on here. We've got his hind leg kind of poking out there because he's sitting like they do. So we got that. And let's see, we've got this here. We've got the little foot there. And now we see his tail sticking out. And it is a tail, not a finger. It looks like a finger at first. Okay. Come down, draw and meet this front paw. This front paw kind of comes in and comes out. Okay. So you can see we're just still sketching, and erasing at the same time. And now it looks like in the eyes we've got some cat eyes in there, so we can do that too. We can darken that. Add the little iris in there, that's important, otherwise we're going to have demon cats. And it's not Halloween, it's St. Patrick's Day today actually. Then we're going to darken those lines in the face. And see how things are coming together very, very quickly. So I'm going to finish mine in my own time, and you guys will do yours. Actually, on this last step here, they start erasing some of those lines in there, and we add some whiskers. So you do the same thing, go in there and erase some of those extra lines. I've got some crazy legs here. Where's my little brush? My cat's a little slanty here. Hopefully you have a little better luck. And that will be the outline of the cat. So you should probably end up on the same paper with an apple and a cat. Mine's not finished yet. So do you want to clean yours all up and just have the outline? And we want to end up with a kitty that looks something like that, nice and cleaned up in an outline, and we will have our apple too. Good luck, guys.